Just like the word that was given today, I believe peace has come upon us all. Today is the Lord's Day, but it is also the Pyungkang Day Thanksgiving service for 2024. And in celebration of Pyungkang Day, we have prepared a special time. But before that, we have several important announcements. And then we will go into that special time. First is regarding the 13th Biblical History of Redemption seminar that was held yesterday. It was based on the 10th book of the History of Redemption series, and the first and second floors of Moriah Sanctuary were filled. There was a great grace, and outside pastors and many newcomers also attended. We expressed our sincere gratitude to the two speakers and to everyone who helped prepare the event. Now in October, there will be a seminar on the 11th book, Ezekiel's Temple. So please evangelize more people, and may it be a time where they can receive grace from the word of redemptive history. Second is regarding Pyungkang Day today. The actual Pyungkang Day was May 17th, last Friday, and we had a celebration with the founding pastor's wife, Min Gap-sik, also with the family, and along with the pastors from branch churches, and also the board members of our church. This Pyungkang Day commemorates the day when founding pastor, his son Reverend Abraham Park, sought freedom from North Korea and defected to South Korea. The significance of his defection for freedom lies in his spirit of loving the nation. So as we observe this Pyungkang Day, we are reminded to cherish his spirit as well. Reverend Hwee-sun Abraham Park moved to South Korea on May 17, 1947, and in the following year, in 1948, he enlisted in the National Defense Guard, which was today's National Army. And during the Korean War, until he was discharged, he fought in numerous battles. In May 1951, he was discharged from a gunshot wound. But before he was discharged, he fought in numerous battles across the country and strived to protect our nation. And we're going to watch a video as well. But today, this Oryudong, where our church is, as well as the places where we have our retreat centers, like Kure, Hadong, and Osek, are all places where founding pastor actually engaged in battles with the North Korean army. After his military discharge, founding pastor, having witnessed the realities of the North Korean Communist Party and the horrors of war, he endeavored to instill a sense of patriotism and love for the nation in the saints of our church. And according to the recent records at Hwee-sun Memorial Foundation, May 17, 1962 was a Thursday, and it was the time when he began to preach in Seoul, and a church was not established yet. But he was determined to hold weekly Thursday services to pray for the nation once a church was established, and that day was May 17, 1962, a Thursday. As such, observing Pyungkang Day is not just a commemoration, but a day to understand God's will revealed in founding pastor's life, and also to recommit ourselves to spreading the word of redemptive history that's been left to us as a command. So each time that we come upon Pyungkang Day, the saints of Pyungkang Church must reflect on its significance and consider the church, not just our church, but all the branch churches' future direction. The day before Pyungkang Day, most pastors from the branch churches in Korea gathered, and in the evening we discussed how to observe Pyungkang Day going forward. And based on those discussions, the church will officially take steps to establish their meaning based on the origin of the Pyungkang Days, because all of them are different. So we're going to establish that so that our saints will also be informed of that and understand the significance of each Pyungkang Day. So as that happens later, I will report to you once again. Third is the legal issues regarding our center. This is important, so I need to tell you. In November last year, the former chairman Philip Lee was removed from his chairman position, but he refused. So on January 12th, as I became the new chairman, there were some difficulties. But afterwards, when I looked at the situation of our center, what I personally felt was that not just our center, but the church and also this word of redemptive history, Philip Lee was taking them for his personal gain, and there were some dangerous situations. So this has not come to an end yet. We need to resolve these problems, and for that, with our center in the center, we are carrying out 2 legal lawsuits. The first one, this is very important. So I will read the papers that was sent to me. First is regarding the embezzlement allegations. The manuscripts of the History of Redemption series written by founding pastor are the most important assets of our center, which was established for the publication and education of Pyungkang Church. Yet, in early November 2023, when the board of our center decided to remove him from his position as chairman, Philip Lee committed a serious embezzlement by establishing Huison Publishing under his name and applied for several trademarks related to the redemptive history under his name as well. And during this process, Philip Lee even filed a cancellation lawsuit to use the trademark Huison Pagyun-sik, which was registered under Elder Park Seung-chun, who is the founding pastor's son. Also, after his term as chairman ended in January 12, 2024, Philip Lee did not return or dispose of the founding pastor's manuscripts and is continuing to falsely claim that he's the only one who can publish the books. So therefore, 3 charges have been filed against him. First is the embezzlement of trade secrets or key business assets by not returning the founding pastor's manuscripts. So normally when employees when they quit, when they leave a company, they must return or dispose of the trade secrets. But not returning them or disposing of them to use them for personal gain constitutes embezzlement. Also, causing harm by establishing a competing company while employed also falls under embezzlement. Right now, he has established something similar to our center called the headquarters for the Word of Redemptive History. So that is embezzlement. And second is the embezzlement for unauthorized trademark applications for the Huison logo. So this I cannot tell you in detail, but even the logos, he was concerned about them. Third is the embezzlement for establishing a competing company called Huison Publishing. He established a publishing company called the same name, Huison Publishing, under his name. Philip Lee applied for the trademarks of the logos that were being used by our center, as well as establishing a publishing company with the same name that was being used, all under his name, while he was still serving as chairman of our center. This constitutes severe embezzlement. And secondly, this is regarding the publishing contract. We have renewed the contract from the past, and we have made new contracts for the future books to be published. This contract was an update to the contract made on November 5th, 2017 between the center and Mrs. Min Kapshik for the publication of the History of Redemption series and the Modern and Contemporary History of Korea series. It also addresses the publication of the 11th volume, which was published without a contract, as well as future volumes such as the 12th book. This contract grants exclusive publishing and distribution rights to all of Reverend Abram Park's works, including those registered under his copyright and unpublished manuscripts for the 12th volume and literary works on the birth of Jesus Christ. Therefore, all of Reverend Park's works will be published solely through our center with the family's consent. It will be published solely through our center, which was established for the movement of redemptive history by Pyungkang Church. And even the translations, cartoons, movies, and all other processed materials will also happen only when they are officially contracted through our center. I'd like to share just one thing that we must know. In order for the 12th book to be established, in 2012, Reverend Abram Park already made these unpublished 3 books. And what's amazing is that he already submitted the copyright for those 3 unpublished books. Therefore, although Philip Lee says he has the resources and materials, it's a lie. And among the 3 books, I have confirmed that he does not have one of them. And because founding pastor foresaw this, he already submitted these temporary binding books as copyrighted material. But because he does not know this, Philip Lee is deceiving the saints, saying he's the only one who can write the 12th book. On December 17th, Day of Victory, this year, the first volume of the 12A, Book 12A will be published this year. Please pray for that work. Lastly, this is regarding next Sunday, which is going to be the All Members Attendance Sunday. This marks the last event of the month of family. The church has experienced weakened attendance due to the 3-year-long COVID pandemic and the division caused by the breakaway side. Now, restoring the church's order and authority fundamentally means restoring worship. When our worship is restored, I believe our families will be restored as well. So the ministers of Pyungkang were thinking, how can we restore worship and renew the atmosphere? And we decided for the last week of May, in continuation with the seminar, that we're going to hold an all-members attendance worship. And the primary participants of this service will be members who have already submitted the oath of the saints. And secondarily, among the breakaway side, the saints who did not receive any disciplinary action, if you submit an oath, you can participate, attend this Sunday service. And we are preparing a lot for this based on the oaths that have been submitted until now. We have prepared a list of names according to the districts and institutions. And the ministers are taking a look at if the saints are coming and why they cannot participate. In today's message, Thomas, by being 8 days late, he was not able to receive this great blessing. And of course, it's not the same for next week, but with that kind of heart, let us all gather and renew our worship. And more than anything else, of course, the COVID, it was out of our hands. But the fact that our worship has been damaged due to the division, it really breaks my heart. So next week's worship is not just about gathering many people, but through this worship for all members' attendance, I believe it'll serve as a starting point for the genuine restoration of the church's worship and faith. And for all the saints who attend, I believe that Father's grace will be poured upon you all. So I hope that all members will attend next Sunday's all members attendance worship and also encourage each other to come. I will conclude the announcements. Thank you.